Hello wine lovers, Matthew here from Simply Spanish Wine for another tasting video. And today we're down south, we're looking at OVNI. This is a Palomino Fino by Equipo Navazos. It's a refreshing mineral Palomino, still white wine, comes from the magical chalky soils of Sanlúcar de Barrameda. So let's crack it open and see what it tastes like. First thing to say, of course, it's a screw top. Nothing wrong with that. Science is on their side. Screw tops are popular, they're very effective, they stop things like cork taint. And for an everyday drinking white wine like this, they're perfect. First of all, a few words about the winery. This is a very interesting one because this is a wine from a team of, let's say, they're premium wine hunters, people who seek out the best that Andalusia has to offer. So the team behind OVNI, Equipo Navazos, was born out of a shared passion for the fortified wines, actually, of Andalusia. Back in 2005, the two people involved, Eduardo Ojeda and Jesus Barquin, they were very aware of some of the treasures that lay sitting darkly in the bodegas of the Marco de Jerez and Montilla Moriles down in Andalusia, and they decided to do something about it. So they started to travel around from winery to winery, bodega to bodega, talking to friends and contacts, carefully tasting and selecting wines from different soleras and even individual barrels or butts, and then bottling limited editions for family and friends. Now, as the way of these things, gradually the numbers grew, although you're still talking about a few hundred or low thousands of bottles produced, so it's very much an artisanal project. But the two friends did become more and more involved in the winemaking process right back to the vineyard itself, and they started to collaborate with growers, and that led to the launch of specific brands of their own, including this one here, the OVNI range of still wines from Jerez and Montilla Moriles, which are sort of designed to showcase what two grapes, the Palomino Fino, this one, and Pedro Jimenez, are really capable of when there's no flaw, when there's no covering of yeast on top of the wine, so when there's no biological aging going on. So OVNI, what's it all about? Well, this is a still white wine made from old vine Palomino Fino, grown in the coastal Pago of Miraflores La Baja in Sanlúcar de Barrameda. Remember, the word Pago it's a very local term, it's a very interesting term, associated with the Marco de Jerez, and it refers really to an expanse of land, a few hectares of land, with lots of different vineyard plots on it. And each Pago is different, both historically in terms of when it was founded and its history, but it's also different in terms of geography, whether that's orientation, soil composition, and the particular microclimate around it. And Miraflores is one of the oldest and most cherished pagos in Sanlúcar, and it's also very close to the sea, which keeps it nice and light and fresh. This wine is just 11.5% alcohol, so it's really ideal for everyday drinking. It ferments at a controlled temperature in stainless steel tanks. It's relatively simple vinification, and then it stays in those tanks for a short period, which really just helps ensure that the wine doesn't develop any flaw, and it really enhances all of the minerality of that Albariza soil. It's got a slightly bready nose, reminiscent of a Fino perhaps, but then lots of minerality and freshness, and a lovely saline buzz to it too. Absolutely delicious. This is something that would go really, really well with all of that delicious sort of fish-based finger food that you get in Andalusia, talking about prawns, calamares, some razor clams, almejas, whatever your poison. This is a wonderful wine to accompany all of that. OVNI Palomino Fino from Equipo Navazos. This is the 2021 vintage, available now from Simply Spanish Wine. Thanks. Cheers. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.